Hello everyone. I am Steve's avatar. Steve wanted me to come on here and announce that his personal tarot readings from now, October 2022 through December 2022 are all half price. The price for a full personal tarot reading will be £20. That should be somewhere in the region of $23. The normal asking price has always been £40 for a reading. But for just over the Christmas period he is cutting all readings down to just £20. So if you had ever wanted a personal reading by me, now would be the time. And grab this deal while it's hot. This deal will end sometime during the last part of December 2022. All you have to do is email me at stephenabbott1976@googlemail.com. You can also find the email link in the description box below with all other links. You will need to send me an email and I will respond with all links and instructions.
Scorpio, always shaking. Oh, you could be shaking. I don't know. Is your blood sugar low? I don't know. Unless you call John, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, John low. Could be playing darts, bullseye. Might be something to do around a Sagittarius or a Taurus placement. But shaking, I don't know. You've got low blood sugar or someone's shaking or furious with anger or Icarus. All right, Icarus, where you been? But yeah, sort of like shaking with anger is what I'm picking up, like shaking and shaking. So it could be low blood sugar or something like that, or you just shake quite a lot. Okay, could be someone that might be having Alzheimer's. You could work for like a unit, okay, or you've just bought a unit or something like that. Or okay, so they're saying like a unit. Okay, so any kind of like device of a unit or a unit where it's a storage unit. I need to store a load of things, blah, 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 or a thing or a Stephen, and I've got to store a load of things in a unit. Now, you might be clearing out a unit or a garage or something like that, but I need a unit to store all of my stuff because I could be traveling. So this came up in the Leo reading where it was about someone that was thinking about traveling and needing a unit to store all of their stuff. So it might be where you are considering moving at some point or something like that. And if I do move, then I need a unit in order to store all of my things. Okay. So I don't know. It seems like your message is at the moment, before I get on with the tarot, Scorpio, you can also watch this as an Aries, a Scorpio, a life path 4, because I read in code. Codeine linked to someone that might be on methadone or a drug addiction or something like that. It might be DDTs. So it could be shaking or DDT. Dragon or something like that. Someone's shaking with anger, could have a Sagittarius placement in their chart or something like that. But I'm hearing like shaking, like I don't know, like storage units and stuff like this, and getting very stressed out. Might be your stress levels that are kind of like peaking at the moment. Could be Peking duck. For a lot of you, could be eating a lot of duck or Chinese. I don't know, like black bean sauce and like Chinese rice, all of this kind of stuff. I'm also hearing peaking, seeking also, Seekins, the name Vincent or Seekins. And then I'm also hearing for a lot of you about a storage unit of storing a lot of things. So some of you might be a hoarder, okay, and you store loads of food. I mean, is this a, what do you call it, I can't think of the name at the moment. But someone that stores a load of food, like I'm storing food in a cabinet and there's more food than you can possibly imagine because I keep storing. Someone's paranoid to fucking shit here, thinking that we're going to be taken over by the aliens and they're putting loads of food in a store cupboard. Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you storing a load of food for? Life Path 4 or a Scorpio, another one, yourselves? But I'm hearing I'm storing food, like now I need a store cupboard and now I need a fucking unit to put all of this stuff because the food's taking over. I mean, is someone paranoid that the fucking world is going to end here? I don't know. I'm hearing Jack Nicholson for some reason. Jack, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. But like storing a load of foods like a squirrel. Like that's it, a squirrel nut. So storing nuts, food, packet, like... Is this a like person that was at war and they're like all of these packets of foods and what is this fucking message here, Scorpio? I mean, is it you, your mother, or your mother-in-law, or Laura, Lucy, Lucifer, a Capricorn, or Gemini? Okay, and I'm storing loads of food, or this comes up for me, and this is very weird. Okay, why do I have this very strange right? I go out and I buy these meals because you guys know I'm on a diet, right? And I've lost like 2.5 stone, which is like 20, well, there's 13 pound in a stone. So I've lost like 26, 27, probably about 30 pound, right? A lot of weight, right? And I go out and I buy these like ready meals, right? And I store them all in my fridge. And then me and my girlfriend, we go out at night to McDonald's and we have a salad box or we have a rice box from Kentucky Fried Chicken. And they're only like 400 calories, maybe 4 or 5, depending on what it is and where it is. And then I don't eat the food that I've stored. So I kind of like buy a week's worth of food thinking, oh, I'll have that tonight and that tomorrow night and that tomorrow night. And then before I know it, all my food's gone off and I have to throw it away because I've been eating out every night. So salads and stuff like that. So something like that, like I've got a load of food and it's stored and everything else, and I'm freezing it, storing food, all of this kind of foodie type sort of messages seems to be around you about food for thought. Some of you might be really struggling around dieting because you've got too much food around, or you're on a diet and you're storing a load of food, or you're batshit crazy and you're storing a load of food for the zombie apocalypse. I mean, I don't know. It could be either way. But that's what I'm picking up, the name Way or Wayman. Also, anybody beginning with W, Wendy, Linda. I'm also picking up Wendy and Linda. That's my cousins. Wendy, I've got 2 cousins called Wendy and Linda. But Wendy, Linda Lewis, Linda, Belinda. Anyway, let's see. So Scorpio. So these messages are what to be aware of around your environment at the moment. Could be your work life, park life, love life, situations around multimedia, exes, and future people. Okay, but they are very negative cards. I will give you that. You could be dealing with a Libra. Okay, so let's see. Positive, negative, positive, negative. You could be dealing with a life path 7 or a Cancerian, or you've got it in your chart. Also in the name Charlotte also. Let's see. So any messages for Scorpio to be aware of, please? Any messages for Scorpio to be aware of around their environment? So you got talking shit. So someone's talking shit about other people or behind their back and stuff like this. There's a lot of Gabba or Gabby or Abby or Abigail. But someone is talking shit about you behind your back, or you are. Or Jack, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, Jackie. Well, that's my mother and my mother-in-law. They all talk shit about me. They do. Never mind. I am a Scorpio rising. But yeah, again, you've got someone that talks shit about other people, maybe. I mean, I suppose because I've just called out names, that is also talking shit about people, but that's my job. So, or the name Rob or Robin or Robert. But again, like, it's just like, I don't know, talking about people. Okay, let's have a discussion about people. How flawed are people, and let's talk shit about them. Yeah. Okay, or them, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. But like I said, this could be at your work. Say you work somewhere, and they're all tit for tat and gibby gabby, and like, let's talk shit about people. Yeah. Definitely keep hearing the name Gabby. Gabby. Let's see. It's kind of like this where you meet up with someone and like you've got a meeting or something like that, or you're eating something and there's loads of people that are kind of like talking shit. It's around food. This is around food. Actually, I know someone called Gabby. She cooks cakes for a living. But yeah, there's like someone that talks shit. Like they meet up and then they talk about, oh, what's been going on with blah, blah. Oh, God, listen, have you heard? Amber is here. Or Johnny Depp. But like, you know, oh, have you heard? Listen, blah, 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 listen. Oh, God, yeah, don't they get on my nerves? Blah, blah. You know, and just generally talking about other people behind their back, maybe, here. Okay. Just like talking shit, really. Unless you've got a partner and the majority of things that you talk about is shit. I mean, I talk about a lot of shit, really. It's not like it's interesting. It's just that sometimes when you're in partnerships or you're with people, you just talk about just general bullshit, really. This is coming from a Sagittarius or a Taurus. Talking shit. Yeah. But it's like very talkative. Tauruses are very talkative. They'll talk and 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 they'll just keep talking. And sometimes they can sit there and put the world to rights about, oh, God, have you seen fucking Mavis down the street? Don't she get on your fucking nerves? Oh, God, yeah. Oh, they got all this, haven't they? And everything. And you're like, oh, Jesus, will you shut the fuck up? Like, yeah. Okay. Or it could be family members that just talk shit about one another here, or their mother. Oh, God, yeah, this is my mother. She's a life path 4. God, yeah, she does. Fucking hell. Is your mother's like that, where you listen to them and they're always talking about, they're talking shit all the time about neighbours, about people, and you hear them on the phone and they're like, oh, listen, Claire, oh, fucking hell, oh, I can't believe it. I mean, I looked out my window and he walked past and he's got his hair long, and like, you're like, why the fuck is that so important, Dave? Like, why is that so important? The fact that And they're like, oh yeah, but they're always talking shit and everything. And you're like, oh God. Sometimes I hear it and I'm like, why the fuck are you so interested in other people's life? Why don't you keep your nose out of it? Yeah. It's none of your business. Here. I don't know. But it's making other people laugh anyway. Someone's like, oh yeah, I know, ain't they? Yeah. Because this one's like, fuck that, I'm keeping my mouth shut. It might be a 3, could be a Pisces, 1, 2, 3, or a life path 3, or it could be about 1, I don't know. But like, right, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and just let you lot just keep talking amongst yourselves, and I'll just listen to all the shit that you're talking about people here. So, I don't know. But if this is my channel, don't watch it because you won't like it, because I do talk shit about people. If it comes up in my energy, in my reading, I should just say it, me. I don't give a fuck. Like, I got an Aquarius in Venus, I just say it as it is. So, you will hear me talking shit about people. I have a Gemini moon, and I do talk shit about people. I do. I do. I do. They do get on my nerves, people, a lot of the time. Okay, curious about you. So, someone's very curious about you here. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. It's leaving people very curious to what this person's saying. It's kind of like, well, I wonder what it is that they're saying about me. A fish called wonder. Like, I wonder if they are talking shit about me. I wonder if they're telling the truth. And this is kind of like, someone's kind of like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, this is something to do around tarot readings as well. Like, I'm just going to talk shit and I'm just going to say. And this person's like, I'm really curious to try and find out, like, whether this person is talking shit about me or not. Like, are they talking shit about me? Are they spilling the truth? Is it her or does it not hurt? But someone's talking shit. So it's like, you're just talking shit. You're like, well, that's just leaving me curious to whether you're actually going to bring up my name or not. Yeah. So someone's talking shit and it's making the other person curious to whether they are talking shit about them or not. Here. I'm seeing Abbott. Well, that is my surname. My mother's a life path 4. But it says about, but I am seeing Abbott. So if you guys are curious, do you have readings? Watch them. If I've been calling your fake ass out because of all the catfishing and God knows what else that's been coming along, I've been talking shit. But it's the truth. You might not like me, but it's the truth. Yeah. Let's see, Scorpio. Scorpio. What should Scorpio be? Because I said the fake ass profiler is a 4, life path 4, Capricorn, Piscean. Well, no, sorry, life path 3, blah blah blah, Scorpio. Anyway, don't worry. Yeah, Scorpio. Any messages for Scorpio to be aware of, please, around their environment? This is about your environment. These are people that are around you. Scarcity tactics. So, I don't know. It's kind of like someone floats in, they talk a load of shit, and then they take that and they go. Kind of, I don't know, Wendigo? Wendy? Witten? Mandy? You alright, Mandy? Mandy Witten or Whittle. Whittle, Stuart Little. Stuart? The name's Stuart. Oh, actually, I know a Stuart. He's a Libra. I'm not talking shit. He's my long-term friend. He phoned me up a little while ago and told me that he got Alzheimer's. And that, well, the one where you shake quite a lot, and that was your reading here. But he's a Libra, and he's with a Libra. 2 Libras. They're both together. They take ages making up a choice. Like, what do you want to do tonight? Oh, I don't really feel like it. Well, I do. Well, I do. Oh, okay, now you've thrown me out of whack, bruv. Yeah, but like, no, they get on very well. But yeah, I've just noticed that he's got the shakes there. But yeah, curious about scarcity tactics. Scorpio. Any other messages for Scorpio to be aware of in their environment? So you got a third party, love triangle, third party, multiple lovers and choice. So you got Demi Moore that's right in the middle there of 2 people. This could be a 3, which means a Piscean involved here. Is there a love triangle there going on between anybody that you know is a Piscean? Or a life path 3? Someone that may talk shit? But I don't think there's a love energy. Well, it says third party, lovers and choice. Could be a Gemini or a Capricorn, because that would be lovers, so that would be 6. So it could come up as a Piscean Cappy, Gemini, or another one. Let's see. Gemini, sorry. Oh, God. Scorpio. Well, rejected come up, Scorpio. Let's see, Scorpio. Any messages for Scorpio to be aware of? So you got impersonator, wants to be you, acts like you, dresses like you, looks like you, and copies everything that you do or say. So again, you've got someone that comes in, takes messages and copies them here. So that's got to be social media. Unless it's when someone's looking over your shoulder and copying your work here. They copy your work. They look at you, like say you go into the office and they're like that, trying to look to see what it is that you're doing, to copy what you're doing and what you're saying here. Okay, but an impersonator. So someone around you that you don't want around you, that's an impersonator. They copy everything that you do or say. That must be multimedia. Any other messages for Scorpio, and then we'll clarify them, Scorpio, because I'm not really getting too many messages. Love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming and nostalgia. Dark and light energy. Could be a Pisces, Virgo, possible. What is that then? Well, you got an impersonator of someone that's acting as if they're a soulmate, but they're not here. Because that's an impersonator, so it means a karmic energy. Okay, third energy means that they're not actually a twin flame or soulmate, means that they're someone that just comes and goes in and out of your life and they're not serious. They don't take life very seriously. They just come in, flirt, tease, get something, and then, I don't know, leave someone wanting the connection more. Love on the brain. Let's see. Talking shit. What's this talking shit? Who's that? 8, Aquarius or a Leo energy. I mean, that's talking. So that is talking shit. Told you I've got Aquarius and Venus, bro. I do talk shit and I can't help it. I do. But it's my living. Like, you know, you choose. You choose. Like, if you want your stories called out, then watch. If you don't want your story calling out, don't watch. Like, it's says what it does on the tin, bro. I can't help it. Okay. I just have to give what's in the cards in case it's for other people. So why is the 8 of Wands here? What is this person talking about shit about? About a Piscean. Oh dear, about a life path 3. Well, that did come up in the other readings, but I did call a load of fake catfishing people out. So don't forget, fake catfishers do also watch tarot and things online. So be very careful where this life path 3 person came up that was also a Cappy Leo. You'll see it if you watch the Leo reading. It came up where it was in the 8 reading, which is where this is. Okay, 8, and it was involved catfishing, and it was involving a 3, a life path 3 or a Piscean, and someone that could have just literally called their arse out. Now, isn't this ironic that when I did, oh, you may need this tarot reading, and I said fishing for compliments and catfishing, I looked at my statistics and I had 2 people that backed away from the channel very fucking quickly. Isn't that funny? So I told you, you got to be careful. I'm always right. Okay. And I said in another reading that when people hear this, they're not going to like it. Okay. And they're going to be really pissed off. 2 people unsubscribed when they watched that, oh, you really need this reading. So obviously there were people in the background that really rubbed a nerve up of. But it's still leaving them very curious to if Steve's possibly still calling their fake ass out. Now, I'm a Scorpio rising. I don't put up with bullshit and nonsense when it comes to my channel. Why? Because if other people need to hear it, they need to hear that it could be happening to them. If it's you that's doing it, well, then think about your life here. Okay? Like I said, it's up to you. When you watch something on multimedia, it's open source and everybody has a right to listen to it. You either listen to it and it rubs you up the wrong way and you realise that it is you, or you actually admit it and you do something about it. Me, I can admit it. I've been calling people's fake ass out all the time because it's my job. If it's in the cards, I read them. I give you what you need. I think it's fake, I think it's bullshit, and I'm talking shit about people. If those messages that hurt rub you up the wrong way, there you go. Here. This is what it does on the tin. Right? I don't hold back, me. I think it's pointless. I do. Do you guys like this, Scorpio? I think it's pointless, right? To watch a tarot reading, what do you look for? Information, right? You look for the truth and you look for information. They're called a truth teller, okay? A storyteller, okay? They tell stories and they tell whatever it is that they see. It's down to the consumer that watches it, right? So don't think for one moment that everybody out there in YouTube land or that comes across as spiritual is actually a legit person, okay? Like a fully and utterly legit person. So it's down to the consumer that watches it. Me, if you're watching me, I will sniff out your story. 100% will I call out your story, and will I call you out on your name, Michael? But will I? Yes, I will call you out here. Right? Now, like I said, me, that's behaviour, right? So, like I said, that's behaviour. Calling someone out on their bullshit. Now, you either listen and you do something about it, or you listen and you don't, and you can carry on the way that you are. Tara, or Tyler, or Tanya, or Great Britannia, or Tatiana, or anybody beginning with T also. Okay? But, regardless of the name, I'll just call it out. Okay? But, there you go. It's enlightenment. Okay? It comes to light. Whatever's in the dark, when you watch a reading, could be around a Virgo or a Life Path 9, but when it comes to light, okay, it means I've just found out that they've been calling my ass out. Unless I've just found out that someone's been calling someone here. I've just found out that they've been calling. Curious about you. So it's leaving this person very curious. Now, very important, Scorpio, for you guys that haven't clicked off. If you watch the stuff that was to do with around catfishing and luring people in, and it was about flauntatious behaviour of all of my assets and everything else, please just watch this, the 8 reading, which comes in Leo and also Aquarian form, where it was all about that. What, and I said in that reading, what is that doing to people? Making them very curious. So you got a catfisher around you here. Okay? Making people very curious to the assets that this person is having. But someone's also just called this person out on their fake bullshit here. It's going to be a Gemini or a placement here or a place, a fish, but curious about you. Why is this curiosity here? Did it kill a cat, a Leo or an Aquarian? Leo for me, yeah, but Aries, Leo or Sagittarian or paradox number. There is a love life that is 100% here. There's a lot of talking, sexual flirtation actually in a couple, but there is also someone that is like I said, sexually desiring sex. Like it's a person that could be doing things that's very devious here. Depending on if it's coming from the other readings. Because this is also a sexual predator, alluring energy. Could be a very charismatic or Cass or Carrie. But like a very sexual, charismatic, kind of very fast and likes things real quick. So they can act on impulse. So if these messages are relating to the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or those other messages, sometimes you might have to be careful around these energies, right? Tell me the intentions of this King of Wands. What is the intentions of this King of Wands? Rubbing it right out. So what did I say in the other reading? This is about neurons that come from the brain that go straight to the nether regions down here, unless you're from the Netherlands. Okay. Oh, who's that one? Could be a dragon. But like here, down the nether regions, right here. So when it's down below, okay, this is a nuclear missile and it's a fucking rocket launcher, bruv, right? It shoots right out, okay? But everything that becomes of pain or pleasure, okay, you don't get endorphins or anything that kills pain until you've been in pain, okay? Or Spain or Pam, okay? But the act before the action is the fact that a woman can go much longer than a man. Okay, a man through pre-ejaculation or ejaculation. Pre-ejaculation is, whoa, eureka, it's kind of fucking hell, I'm really feeling great. Once it's gone, it's over. Okay, it's a one pump chump, once, lifetime, bam, it's done. A woman can keep going and going and going and going and producing all of those pheromones and everything else that run through the body that create a more of a manifestation because they can prolong that energy, okay? So if you can end up prolonging this desire, it desires energy, it attracts energy because you're not giving in to temptation. You're kind of doing this energy here where it's kind of like, it's prolonging it and prolonging it and prolonging it, and then I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to it, and then before I know, I manifest more and more and more and more and more, okay, and blah blah blah, because I'm not acting upon my impulses. My impulses is a high vibration, low vibration. So when I act upon an impulse, if you're a male energy or maybe a female, once I act upon my impulse, I get an X pulse. Okay, you might be checking your pulse a lot around your heart rate. Okay, I've actually just bought one over there now. But it could be your pulse goes up here like this. Okay, once you act upon an impulse, you get things like guilt, guilty pleasure, okay, and pain. Okay, if you feel pain, you get an impulse, which means that you get endorphins. You don't get endorphins until you get pain. You have to be in pain and frustrated until you get endorphins. So what people may or may not teach you, that there are also certain methods that come to the body that produce hormones. Okay, did you know that we can actually smell a female's tears? It's very primitive behaviour, okay, but when you look at this kind of ejaculation or pre-ejaculation kind of energy here, it's an electric pulse that goes up to your brain, okay, neuron science, okay, neurons and receptors, okay. So when you're feeling it down here in your nether regions, okay, it's kind of like this ecstatic feeling. Now, instead of acting on impulse, when a person is very controlling and narcissistic, okay, and they impersonate you in order to get you to bite, if you don't bite, they want you to react. They want a nuclear missile and they want you to react. So it might be talking shit and blah, 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 wanting you to react, okay? So when you give them what they want, okay, they get that guilty pleasure and they get satisfaction because their dopamine levels and their level will go really high and they'll get what they want, okay? If you prolong that agony and you do not give them what they want, which is a response, okay, and you know that they're provoking you and they want a response, they'll crash. They'll go really low because they're not getting it. Okay, so a narcissist, when we starting to look at controlled behaviour, when we control our own impulses, we realise that we get further in line because we're controlling ourselves and our impulses and everything else that relate to sex, overindulgent food and stuff like this. Okay, but then when we start to look at control and narcissism and gaslighting and possible third-party energies of impersonators, the people that wind you up, really what you're doing by responding is by giving them what they want. So their endorphins go really high, they get a shoot of dopamine in their head and they think that they've won because they think that they're clever and they've accomplished their goal, which is anger, aggression. It's the way I do things. When I get angry, then when my anger comes out, don't forget pain, pleasure. You have to have pain and an outburst to get endorphins, okay? So, pain, aggression, someone responds, what do they get? Endorphins, feels really good because then they feel really relaxed, really on top of the world, high vibration, I've just got this person to react, okay? If you don't react, what do? Spaz out and go absolutely crazy. Why? Because they won't get that addiction of an endorphin rush that gives them your energy, because you've given them that satisfaction of like you would if you was in bed. Okay, so once it's over, it's gone. I feel really low, but you feel really high. The woman feels really high, really good. She can continue on finishing person off and doing whatever. Once he's done, so who comes first, the chicken or the egg? Well, definitely the egg comes first, right? The feminine energy, right? So when we look at, I could dissect this all day long and teach you shit about shit, really. I can talk shit for ages, probably getting fed up with it. But again, if this comes to like nuclear stuff like that, you gotta moderation. In moderate, it could be a moderator. Hello, moderators. But like in moderation, okay, you got to realise that what comes from down here comes out here. So you got to reverse the psychology of your body. You got to reverse it from here up to here. Because down here is where everything works. It isn't up here. It's here that sends everything down here. When you feel really good and excited and fucking everything else, this down here is what makes everything else work. Because it's where it comes from. An awakening comes from the bottom of the spine. It doesn't come from the head. It comes from the spine up to the head. Okay. So when you're reversing the action that goes up here to the head, what do you feel? Elation, fucking erotic, really good, fucking clear, open, ready to rock, baby. I'm ready to go and explode. But the moment I have, it's a that wasn't quite as good as what I first thought, because now I'm feeling guilty. Now I'm starting to feel like, maybe that is me. Maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I do have to admit that. Okay, but we get all of these pleasures that cycle the body completely and utterly. When we dissect this spiritually and we start looking at it, there's a lot of things that curiosity is good for manifestation. Curiosity killed the cat. It's keeping someone waiting and waiting and waiting, but not in a nasty manner. It's just like, oh my God, I can't wait until we move. Okay, I've got this dream, I've got this vision, but I'm not going to act upon it. I'm just going to keep wanting it and needing it, but not buying it. Okay, I want a new computer game that's £80 to £100 on an Xbox, and I really want it. Now, I cannot afford it and spend all of my money and then feel disappointed the fact that I've spent all of my money and get the game, and then the satisfaction is like, oh, the game really wasn't really worth 120 fucking quid at the moment. If I'd have just waited for another couple of weeks, it would have gone down half in price. Okay, so pleasure, the game, I want it. Okay, the guilt, I bought it, I spent all my money, now I feel shit. Okay, dopamine level, high, rush, bought it, acted upon impulse, down, low, it's not as good as I thought. What do? Wait for the next best thing, right? Wait for the next best thing, because by the time you get it, you won't want it, because you'll be saving up for version 2, 2.0. Okay, so you'll be saving for the second one. Well, okay, I'm just going to want this, save, and save. I'm going to save all me everything up, and then by the time I do, bruv, it's just going to come out, and it's just coming out, and it's coming out and out, right? So I'm feeling really good. I'm going to buy it, and then I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wind myself up to see if I can actually test myself about how good this feeling is going to be, and live in the moment of that. Woo, baby. Here we go. We're now manifesting. But I'm not going to buy it because I feel really good. I don't need it at the moment. So, couple of 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month go by, second version comes out. Fuck, I've got triple, a third, 3, 4 times the amount of money. Right? So, where on earth that's gone? But it's kind of there. It's curiosity, right? Curiosity is one of the best things that you can have, is curiosity. Because it keeps people lingering and kind of like, Now, if this is done in the devious manner, that is to do with around like drawing one into a sexual transmitted fucking catfishing situation that come up as very manipulative in the other reading, this one seems to be slightly different here. Okay, because you could have different people. Okay, so let's see. Scarcity tactics. 5. Sagittarius, Taurus, getting wound up now. Getting wound up, that's what I'm saying. The more that you leave this person curious and not actually respond, they'll just get lower and lower and lower and lower in vibration. So they'll act upon their low vibration. So they'll get angry. When you don't respond and you don't give them that dopamine rush, they'll realise that they've just been left. Okay, that you've just left them to it. Okay, don't forget the advice, what I was saying, is coming out through the cards. Okay, very important. It's not just a tarot reading. Okay, so talking shit, whatever that is, but it's talking, okay, and talking and feeling very good doing so, okay, because I'm not putting up with any bullshit. I'm saying exactly as it is, and I'm calling people out on all of their fucking shit, so on and so forth, and I feel good about it, okay, because I do not like people around me that are manipulative, right? Scarcity tactics, oh my God, Steve just called me out on my bullshit, and now I realised, fuck it, I've got to go and I've got to leave his channel because he's literally telling me the truth. Right? Does it sound like that, anybody? Anybody? Now, like I said, it's up to you. But whichever way it is, whoever it is or whatever it is, Trevor, if you respond to this, look at the action and response of pleasure and pain. Does it pleasure me to annoy one of these people? Okay. But does it pleasure me to respond? How do I feel once I've responded? Angry. Even more pissed off because I've responded. Okay. How do I feel when I let this person push my buttons? Angry, but they didn't get their dopamine rush, so they start getting more tempered. Their fire starts boiling, right? Now, love triangle. is the truth. Could be involving a life path 9, a Virgo placement, and maybe an air sign, maybe around a 3 or so. That could be a Piscean possible here. Okay. That could be within the triangle. Show me more about an impersonator. Who is that? Is a child or a new person. Could be a Virgo life path 9 in this as well. Impersonating, it's kind of like mimicking a soulmate. Like mimicking a soulmate. Like a soulmate, a connection, a loving connection, sex, you know, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Here, curious about one another, curious about this other person. Okay, so it's definitely leaving it curious because it's, okay, I'm looking now. You've got me intrigued. Your energy now is of, I'm now listening. You've now got me attracted to you. Now I've got feelings and emotions because I'm now attracted to this light, this energy. The curiosity killed the energy of now trying to find out why do I have a connection with you that's now winding me up because you're not around me all of the time. So now I've got to figure out who this is coming from. Now, is this a parent or is it an actual third party? Okay, because it could be involving someone that is just coming through as a karmic chrysalis kind of energy of a soulmate, or Chris, or Christine, or Christopher. Okay, because I've got love on the brain now because you've got me very intrigued and latched onto your energy that's now winding me up of why these pair are now getting things. So it can be jealousy. I'm jealous that you have stuff and I don't have stuff. Okay. It's kind of like a winning and a losing energy here, Scorpio. Okay, so that's what I've got for you guys just as a free version. Normally we go right into these even deeper when I do your stuff over on Patreon, but I do have to earn a living, guys. So if you want your weekly reading, we change it up each week that we go through the month and we do different cards, different readings with different asking for different outcomes and like feelings and emotions and their intentions, and then a few of those and others, and what's in the shadows that you need to be aware of and all that sort of stuff. So if you are interested in those, Scorpio, that is over on the silver or the gold tier that is, you're right, silver, but silver or gold tier that is provided below over on Patreon. But obviously you get a hell of a lot more because you pay. So you get your readings before anything comes out on here, and you get more in depth, all clarified, and then nearly every answer that I can possibly find I give you. Okay, but you always get them beforehand than you do anything on here. They kind of come hand in hand, really. Shows you stuff to be aware of, but it shows you the outcomes and the weekly readings over on Patreon. So that is provided below. If you want to take advantage of the half-price personal tarot card readings before the end of Christmas, please make sure that you get your emails in. You don't have to send them if you can't afford it yet. Okay, it's still going on till the end of Christmas. Okay, I'll give you guys time to do it in case you want it, but they are half price at the moment. So if you want to take advantage of that, just make sure that you send an email before Christmas. Okay? And all of those links are provided below. Okay, Scorpio, so I really do appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.